This is a supplemental video for our Type 1 splitters for the S30 chassis. We're going to go over some hardware changes that have happened over time, a few clarification bits, and also some air dam adjustment techniques. So one of the things that we had originally done when we had made these kits is we had used the smaller turnbuckle up front and then these 5/8 with the eye bolts for the back. And over time we decided to change that and actually just go with the, sorry, it's not 5/8, 5/16, and the 5/16 as well up front. And so in the original video you'll see a smaller turnbuckle and then an eye bolt that goes up here. And what we did is we actually just replaced it with a stronger one. And so you don't need to worry about switching out those eye bolts. So when you're watching that first video, if it doesn't seem clear, that's why. One of the things that I want to point out is when you take out the right hand thread eye bolt, and you put the longer one in the sides, it comes with a jam nut already built into it. These don't, so you can see that it comes just like this. And so we've included a 5/16 jam nut in there for the right hand thread side of the eye bolt. So you'll just unthread the eye bolt when you get it, thread on the 5/16 jam nut. So that way, when you get this threaded back in and adjusted where you want it, you can put a wrench around the body and then tighten the jam nut so it doesn't spin back and try to loosen up on you. The other thing I want to point out is the mounting brackets that attach to the splitter. So there's location shown in the video on how that works, but we make these, try to make them pretty adjustable and modular. So you know, it can be oriented this way, this way, this way, or this way. So if you're picking different mounting locations, or you find with your particular car that you need to rotate and adjust these to get the best fitment, don't feel like you have to put them in the same orientation that we did in the original video. The intent is that you could maneuver them to work best for your needs. The other thing we've been getting questions about is actually the relationship between the air dam and the splitter. And so what some guys are finding is that the reveal of the splitter, they're having a hard time getting the splitter adjusted to make it even with the air dam. What we've found with, you know, most of these air dams, this is just a Type 1 fiberglass that I don't remember actually who made this one, but even with these and the Xenon ones, depending on the mold, some of them are a little bit twisted or crooked, but even the ones that are symmetrical left and right, the way that they're mounted makes a huge difference. And so there's a lot of flex and twists to this. I mean, I'm not getting any cracking in this at all, and you can see how much variation there is in this. And so a lot of times, almost all of them that I know about, you have to drill and mount, and depending on the sequence and how you mount it, you can find that, you know, it looks good when you put it on the car, but actually when you put the splitter up to it, it looks like it's off. And that's often because of just the way that there's tension. And if there's tension throughout, especially in the urethane ones, they actually aren't symmetrical side to side. And so what I like to do is if the air dam's already installed on your car, I like to loosen the mounting points so it doesn't have that tension through it. Get the splitter positioned where you want it on the car, and bring the turnbuckles up, but not make it tight quite yet. See how your reveal looks, and then start to bring the turnbuckles up. And you might need a second set of hands for this, but if you find that it's not quite where you want it, most of the time you can get a significant amount of flex out of these depending on how you tighten it and secure this down. Even sometimes the sequence in which you bolt down the top of it will change the way the whole bottom sits on your car. But anyway, what we found works is that with it loose, without that tension, you can adjust it to get the reveal even and get your air dam symmetrical to match the splitter. And then once you do that, often you can tighten the turnbuckles and create that pressure underneath this air dam, and cause it to sit and stay in that symmetrical state. If you find that there's maybe a little more tension in there, or you have a hard time with it staying there, some guys have taken like a little 3M VHB tape and stuck it on this bottom edge, and then when they tighten up the turnbuckles and you have the pressure contact between the splitter and the bottom of the air dam, that'll lock that right into place. So that way, if you tighten the top of this and you have tension that's causing this to deflect, that VHB tape does a really good job of holding it in position. We don't have currently VHB tape included in the kits, but if we find that it's something that people really want, we might look at adding that. If you have any other questions about your installation, please email us at sales@skillard.com. We want to try to make your process of installing parts and getting your Datsun on the road as smooth and easy as possible, so please don't hesitate to reach out if you need any help or clarification.